What's up, YouTube family? So I made this short little clip to put at the beginning of this video to apologize because this video was supposed to be uploaded weeks ago, and things happened and I got behind on uploading stuff. I just uploaded the tune for my S13 that I had like a month and a half ago. I just got that done. Just got this one wrapped up. So I'm putting this at the beginning of the video just to apologize because it has taken me so long to get this video up. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm just going to, as you can see in the title, you're going to see the unboxing of my new NRG wheel. And on top of that, I'm going to be putting it on my TMX base in this video too, and I'm going to just do a brief walkthrough of that, of where the screws are at, what you have to take apart, how you have to pull the cables through, how to put it all back together, how to get the mount on the actual wheelbase itself, and how to put the wheel on the mount. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thanks for stopping by. I hope it helps anybody that's wanting to swap wheels on a TMX. And I hope it helps anybody that's been trying to figure out a good aftermarket wheel they can put on their wheelbase as well. So the NRG wheel is awesome. It feels really good on the TMX. So yeah, I hope it helps you guys make a decision if you're kind of in limbo, trying to figure out what to do with that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. We got it, folks. We got the wheel. So, I'm going to be unboxing this. I'm going to be putting it on my TMX. I'm going to even have clips walking through how I took the TMX apart, stuff you have to do, all the screws you got to take out. The TMX is not the most ideal wheelbase to put an aftermarket wheel on. It wasn't really made to be part of that ecosystem that Thrustmaster offers with like the TX, the T300 RS, and some of their other options. You kind of have to do a little bit of rigging to get the TMX to work. Pulling the cable out of the center of the column, pulling it out through the back of the case, all that good stuff. So, but first, we're going to unbox this. So right off the bat, the packaging on this, it's absolutely fantastic. NRG stepped their game up. They had their rebranding. They redid all their products. NRG is a legit company. They make some amazing, sturdy, strong products, and they just got into making some sim products as well. So that's what this guy is right here. So I ordered the Blitz. It is a flat-faced in black chrome. I actually got it through Prismalab. I didn't get it through Get NRG. I got it through Prismalab. They're an authorized dealer. Obviously, Prisma is one of the NRG lines for seats and stuff like that. It's what's going to be in my IS. So right when you open the box, look at that. That's beautiful. Super professional, really nice, packaged really clean. The wheel is wrapped. It's got a horn button. It's got, you know, it's covering over the horn button and stuff. And you get this nifty little Prisma jet tag. So I'm gonna have to find a place for that as well. All right, so let's get this guy out of its packaging. So there are There are a couple reasons why I got the wheel from NRG and I didn't just get some knockoff wheel off of eBay. The first thing is there's just a principle in life that you support companies that go out of their way to support your passion and that make quality products, because you helping them helps them help you, if that makes sense. So support the companies that support you. I'm a huge sim racing, sim drifting person. So I'm gonna support a company that has gone out of their way to develop a complete product line that is also involved in the real world and is super deep in drifting in real life and stuff like that. I'm gonna go out of my way to support them. I'm gonna buy their products. I'm not gonna buy some from offhand dealer. I'm gonna buy from an authorized dealer. I'm gonna make sure I support NRG. The second reason is because this wheel is quality, guys. Like, on top of that, this thing weighs absolutely nothing. It weighs, I think, 1/10 of an ounce, if I remember correctly, more than my base TMX rim. And that is something that you're not going to come across with using a real wheel in a car. They're going to be significantly heavier because they're obviously for a real car, so, you know, safety. And you're not even going to get that from a cheap eBay wheel. The cheap eBay wheels weigh more than this wheel does. And this is just absolutely fantastic. And look at that finish on that. I mean, that's beautiful. So this is the Blitz in black chrome. It's their flat-faced wheel. I prefer flat-faced wheels. I like the way they look better. That's what's going to be, obvious. Again, it's what's going to be in my real car. I'm going to have a flat-faced NRG leather wheel in my real car. Because I want to support NRG for supporting us. The leather wrap on this is super clean. It's really nice. The stitching looks really good. You've got your QC, your quality control sticker, pass on the back. Got your NRG branding logo. And on top of that as well, it has this really nice ribbing on the back. It has this, from what I've told, it has this really weird cooling effect on your hands as the wheel moves back and forth through your hands while you're drifting. But on top of that, it really helps with feel. It helps you really trace the wheel, know where the wheel's at, know how much it's spinning, know how fast it's spinning. So, yeah, I'm super happy with this. I mean, this is just so quality for just a sim wheel. It's just a sim wheel. It's not even for a real car or anything. It's absolutely fantastic. So hats off to NRG for making this thing. Hats off to them for going out of their way to making this sim line to support us. So, next thing, set that off to the side there. We've got a horn button. A legit horn button. Like, take the plastic off. Legit horn button. Comes with a harness, comes with all the bolts that you need, Allen key. They hook you up. They're legit. So hats off to NRG for all this stuff. I know I'm going to enjoy the heck out of this. The rest of the admins in the Car Explode community that have built that page with me, when me and Giovanni started it, they've all moved over to this too. They're all repping NRG wheels. A couple of them are repping NRG stuff in real life as well. So yeah, like I was saying, support the companies that support us. That's all you can do. That's the best thing you can do, really. And they will thank you for it. I guarantee it. So, look at it. It's so nice. Let's get it on the base. Alright, so here is Old Faithful, the TMX. I've had this thing for years. For an entry-level wheel, it has been absolutely fantastic for me. So, you know, if you're on a tight budget or something like that, but you're really wanting to get into sim drifting, I really, really recommend the TMX. Get the TMX Pro so you can get the T3PA pedals, so you can have the clutch pedal as well. But yeah, this wheel's been absolutely fantastic for me. So, let's jump into this though. I've already taken apart, taken out all the screws and stuff like that just to streamline this a little bit more and make it easier. So, the first thing that you're going to run into is you have two screws in the actual column of the wheel itself. You can see one hole there, and then the other one's on the top. So you're going to take those two screws out, and then this just slides off. Just give it a nice little tug, pulls right off. Pull that out, get some slack. This cable here, you can pull on it a bit. It's not going to hurt it. It's actually a coiled cable that's down in this column. It's obviously coiled because your wheel is spinning back and forth. You got to make sure you're not going to, rip anything. So, next thing is taking this faceplate off. There's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're pretty small holes. If you have the T3PA pedals, you know what I'm talking about. You have to have a pretty small screwdriver. I think it's a number 1 Phillips. I don't have a number 1 size drill bit. I use a drill bit because it's faster. So what I actually did was I took one of these guys and I drilled these holes out. So that I can fit this guy in it with my drill. Put this on here just to show you. It slides right in there. Way faster. Takes 2 seconds to drill those holes out. So you take those 4 screws out. This pops right off. Just lay it behind the wheel. Then you have 3 more screws. 1, 2, and 3. That's part of what holds the cap on the servo base. Then you are going to flip your base over, and you have 7 more screws around the outside of your base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You don't have to do any sort of rigging or drilling out or anything like that. Those screws come right out. Now, flip this back over. So, there's your cap. Just gonna set this off to the side. You don't need it until you put it back together. So, now you got inside your servo. You got a connector right here. You're going to unplug this. This is your main coiled connector that runs up the center column. And then you have a couple wire ties down here. I don't know if you can see them really. You got a couple wire ties down here. You're going to snip those. I just got a pair of kitchen shears. One. And dose. That just pops right out of there. And then you're going to slide this at the column. Like so. Now you have your servo and your wheel separated. Now you'll see when you get this all separated, take this guy off and show you guys. This doesn't come unplugged. This is all going to get plugged back in, but you're going to be routing this outside of the wheel. I'm probably just going to take it out probably like right here, keep it kind of close to these so I can keep all my wires nice and bundled together, but you want to make sure that you're not going to interfere with your posts that your screws go in that actually hold the cap on top of the servo. So I'm probably either going to take it out like right here or probably over here to the side some where I've got more room, and it'll just kind of sit like that. So obviously you're going to need some type of a drill bit. And you're just going to wallow this down. Just enough down to the size of your cord so you can run that cord back inside there, put your cap back on, and you're good to go. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll be right back. All right, so I got my hole cut out on my base. I just took a drill bit, put it straight to the bottom right here. And then you can either, you can try and take some kind of snips here and just clip that little piece of plastic out, and then, you know, take like a file or something, file that down, make sure it's all clean. This is just like post drill, so it looks a little rough. But what I did was I just took my drill bit, drilled a hole there, and then moved up a little bit higher and drilled another hole, popped right through, and then took my drill bit and just kind of moved it up and down the hole, walled it out. I'm going to take some kind of like a file, just file some of the sharp plastic down just to make sure it doesn't cut into that lead, that harness that goes into the back of the wheel. So yeah, there it is. There's a little hole cut out right there. That lead will sit right down in there. Run it back inside. Plug it back into the back of our board for our servo. Get the cap back on, and then we can get our wheel on. Quick pro tip: when you get your lead ran through the back of that hole that you drilled in your servo, and you get your cap back on here, you're gonna have some tension on this, just because of where you had to run it through the back. You had to run the coil up a little bit on the inside of the base to get it plugged back into the board right here. Before you start flipping your wheel around and stuff, and the cap's trying to pop off on you, and you're trying to put a screw in the bottom to hold the cap on, don't do that. Get your lead through, get your cap on, take your 3 screws that you took out of here, and just run those in really quick. Another thing though, if you are going to use a drill, be very gentle. Do not over tighten anything. You will strip this stuff out very easy. These are metal screws going into thin plastic. Be very gentle if you're going to put this back together with a drill. If you're going to use a hand screwdriver, that's great. It'll just take you a little bit longer, but you can make sure you don't over tighten and strip anything out. But if you're going to use a drill, be very gentle. Put it on a low setting. If you don't have, you know, a steady finger, or just be very, very gentle and only use a very light trigger pull on your drill to make sure that you don't strip this stuff out. Because if you strip this stuff out, you're going to be in a little bit of a hot mess. All right, so I got my cap fastened back on. Got my 3 screws across the front here, across the top. Got the 7 on the bottom, if you guys remember from earlier. You got them on the outside rim here. You got 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3 there, and then 2 more on the side here. Next thing you're going to do, put your ring back on. Don't forget, this little slot is how you access the screws on the column here. You're going to make sure that this little slot here is either on the top or the bottom. I'm going to put it on the bottom because it looks cleaner. That's how it is, you know, from the get-go. So that's just going to pop on here. Then you've got your mount for your wheel. I got this forever ago. I think it was like 20, 30 bucks, something in between there. It is a 3D printed mount, but it is reinforced. Be careful when you are buying these. They do make some that are cheaper, and they do break really easy, and you're gonna have to go through ordering another one and taking your wheel off of it, putting it on a new one, putting it back on your wheel, and it's just a big old hassle. Just do it right the first time, pay the money, get a nice one, reinforced, 3D printed. All that's gonna do, you're gonna make sure it's oriented right, you're gonna make sure your column is right. You can take it and just twist it, you know, twist it side to side, make sure you got it oriented right when you took everything apart. Make sure it's mounted dead center. Take this, you get your little KSS logo on this, and you're just gonna literally slide that right on the front. Boom. Easy as that. And then you've got your 4 screws that you put on your ring, and then you've got your screw on top and bottom here on your column. You screw those on. This comes with mounting screws for the wheel. You can use those, or you can use the screws that come with your wheel. It's totally up to you. I'm going to be using the ones that come with my NRG wheel because they're black and they look better. So I'm going to get all this stuff tightened down. Going to go get my wheel. Going to get this mounted on here, and we're going to be done. There she is. She's all done. Got the wheel mounted. Got our mount on our column. Got our lead coming out the back there. We're gonna get the regular base wheel mounted up out of the way somewhere, but for now it's just laying off to the back. It's not really in the way a whole lot. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I love the way it looks. The wheel feels absolutely fantastic. I got to get it mounted back onto my desk. But like I said earlier, I got this from Prisma Lab. You can go to getnrg.com. You can look at their options. You can go to Prisma Lab. You can order one from there. Or you can order one off of other websites as well. Just make sure they're an authorized dealer. That's the biggest thing. Make sure somewhere it says authorized NRG Innovations dealer, or do not buy from them. Just don't. Support NRG for supporting us. Like I said earlier, this is a 350 millimeter wheel. They have another one that's a 3-inch dish, and then they have another one that has a different face design on the spokes. I prefer 350 millimeter wheels. I can fine-tune my steering inputs a little bit more, having a larger rim versus a 330, a 320, a 300. I hope this video helps you guys. If you are, just trying to figure out if you wanted to go this route, if you don't have a TMX and you're on a budget for wanting to get into wheel stuff, I recommend getting the TMX Pro. If you got a little bit more money, I really recommend getting the TX Leather Edition from Thrustmaster. It's still right now the best bang for your buck wheel on the market. It's a dual brushless motor belt driven wheel, has a super fast rotation, has a ton of torque for what it is. It's the best thing you're going to get aside from shelling out for a direct drive wheel, which are becoming a lot more common. They're going to start being a little bit more affordable, hopefully. So I know that there is an offering from Vanatech now. Their CSL-DD. I think it starts at like $350 for the wheel, which is a really good price point for a direct drive. And you can get their booster kit, you can get their pedals. If you're on PC, you can just run, Logitech pedals, Thrustmaster pedals, cheaper stuff if you want to just get a direct drive and be able to use that. But I highly recommend doing this. Feels fantastic, looks fantastic. It's going to feel a lot more accurate, especially if you are not just a sim driver, but you are a real world driver as well. This is going to feel a whole lot more natural for you. It's going to feel a whole lot better. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helps. If you do have the TMX and you were wanting to do this, I hope I was able to show you that it is not too terribly painstaking of a process. It's not like a TX or something like that, but it's still not too bad. It's pretty easy. It just takes, some basic tools, just a Phillips screwdriver or a drill, and then about an hour of your day, and that's about it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Go take a peek at the rest of the content on the channel. You guys have an awesome day.